It's a compact exhaust fan built into the kitchen window. A test with a pan full of smoke shows powerful suction. The smoke is pulled in instantly. A man cut off the top of a car wheel, flipped it, added a bottom, mounted it on a wheelbarrow frame, and now uses it to haul sand. These special combs allow farmers to quickly and evenly make holes for planting crops and then easily cover them with soil afterward. Using a door hinge and a utility knife, you can make a stripper, a tool that removes insulation from wires. This is a plastic handle for carrying water bottles, 1 or 2 people. This folding bucket doesn't take up much space and can fully replace a metal one. To prevent the motorcycle from being stolen, the owner drilled a hole in the throttle handle and put a padlock on it. Power rotary scissors are the perfect tool for trimming completely straight edges. Masonry sand is a fine-grained, pure type of sand utilized in the creation of concrete or mortar. A large roller is rolled over the fresh concrete, leaving marks in the form of cobblestones row after row. Here is a device on which a strip of sandpaper rotates quickly on the shaft, and when it passes over the surface of the pipe, it removes the upper rusty layer. This attachment allows for the automatic lifting of potatoes from a crate and their arrangement into rows as the tractor moves, enabling farmers to plant potatoes with minimal effort. A compact track mini dumper carefully unloads red concrete into a prepared formwork. Sometimes, stones get stuck between the dual rear wheels of a truck. They can be easily removed using a rope and a hammer. A device with 4 blades quickly cuts the desired shape into the board. Great tool for cutting tall tree branches without climbing a ladder. The device makes cookies on a conveyor belt from where they are transported and stacked on a tray in several rows next to each other. The craftsman turns a blue plastic barrel into a container with a hinged lid. He cuts off the top, then uses a drill and screws to add metal hinges and a handle, making the cut piece a convenient door. The man attached a pressurized water hose to his leg and scrubs the surface with a brush. Although it was invented simply, it is quite convenient and effective. Fertilizer is discharged through designated openings in the truck body into a cart, enabling subsequent application to the plants. A worker fertilizes or sands the lawn using a self-propelled spreader top dresser. The tread pattern is cut out line by line on a large tire using cutters fixed in a machine that changes the angle. The farmer drives a special machine that evenly distributes hay to cows on both sides of the row. In the video, the device covers the ground above the grass with a black material as it moves over the surface. This material is likely peat or mulch. The block moves along a conveyor belt, which, with the help of a special device, cuts it into equal parts, forming bricks. A device with 4 blades quickly cuts the desired shape into the board. To repair damaged teeth on a gear, the man drilled several holes in each tooth, then screwed in screws, filled them with alloy, and sawed out new teeth with a hacksaw. They cut the marked section with a grinder, heat the pipe, and easily cut an opening to fit a drain pipe T. By attaching a tire with a hole to the machine, people feed the cows as they drive by because feed spills out of the hole. You are now watching the production process of a reinforced water hose. First, a layer of metal wire is formed, and then a rubber coating is applied on top of it. Sometimes, stones get stuck between the dual rear wheels of a truck. They can be easily removed using a rope and a hammer. Workers welded 2 equal halves of a cut metal barrel to the excavator's grab, allowing it to pick up and move bulk materials such as gravel, sand, and similar substances. The bag is placed under the dispenser and filled to the top with seeds, after which the bag is taken to the sealer, which securely seals the package. 2 rolling rollers clamp the edge of the metal pipe, and by rotating the rollers, they give the product a cylindrical shape. Minced meat is discharged from a special machine in the form of long, thick strips. After that, another layer is applied on top. To easily mount a bicycle tire, place a rope inside the rim, clamp the tire, and pull the rope to seat it. By running a shovel along the rug's fold, the woman gathers the scattered grain. This machine is designed to test the push-button mechanism of writing pens. Sometimes you need to loosen a nut that hasn't been turned for a long time or has rusted. In such cases, an effective solution is to use a hydraulic nut splitter. In order not to turn the meat grinder manually, a man rigged up a power screwdriver to it so that he only had to press the button. With a little heat, copper grounding wire is welded together and secured in place. New adhesive for a fast and high quality repair of rubber products. Although it looks completely corroded, you can remove the damaged surface. Automatic process for the production of polypropylene tapes. A man grabs onto a drone with his hands and it flies with him for a certain amount of time until the man decides to jump off. By cutting holes in plastic canisters, the man made protection for his legs against moisture and wood chips flying while mowing. With a simple bolt and nut, along with welding skills, it is possible to make similar locking devices for a gate. A man has made a mechanism out of wooden handles connected by sharpened metal and uses it to cut dry reeds from river ice. Using a paint sprayer, the man paints dried up trees to make them look green and fresh. The irrigation system features a square pressure chamber with 4 integrated PVC outlets and a central control valve. When the valve is turned with a wrench, groundwater flows powerfully and is evenly distributed through the outlets for efficient field irrigation. This compact yet effective design ensures high capacity and easy maintenance. To straighten a bent metal step on a tractor, a rope was tied to it and the front wheel was driven over the rope. The wooden structure pulls a layer of soil with it as it passes over the trench and fills it in. Making process of round wooden beads. The excavator uses its bucket to evenly level the asphalt, after which it only needs to be rolled. The transport shutter rose and all the fertilizer began to fall onto the circular discs, which spun and scattered it around. The hydraulic press mounts tires onto solid rims, ensuring a secure fit without material deformation. With the help of a special clamp, the tree is pulled out directly from the ground and transported wrapped in fabric and mesh. The video shows the machine laying a curb along the edge of the lawn, precisely following the red markings. A craftsman makes a barbell plate with a durable rubber coating. Red urethane is poured into a release-treated mold, pressed under heat and pressure, cooled, removed, and trimmed for a secure grip and smooth finish. The steel mesh cage allows liquefied gas cylinders to be stored elevated, ensuring air circulation and dryness. If laminate flooring separates, it can be repaired with glue. Apply glue between the two boards, then use tape and a hammer to return the plank to its place. Once the glue dries, the joint will hold securely. The lathe removes the top layer of the workpiece, revealing the bright internal patterns of the material. Don't rush to throw away an old plastic canister. It can be turned into a handy tool holder that attaches to a worker's belt with a strap. The battery cells are welded to allow multiple configuration options depending on the desired battery shape. The assembly is then wrapped in heat shrink plastic, which secures the pack when heated, providing protection and added rigidity. A worker disposes of an old truck tire for subsequent recycling and reuse. This machine easily removes fish skin, which can be very useful in the kitchen. A chef would take much more time to do this. Rounded stones are manually laid on a prepared base, and then cement slurry is poured over them to bind them. A vibratory plate is used to compact the surface, which ensures the path's durability and decorative finish. A person is painting a rusty fence using a paint sprayer. The paint pressure is very high, which allows the fence to be coated faster, but a lot of paint splatters to the sides. This material allows you to almost instantly seal a hole from which water is pouring out of the wall. The man placed a tube without a bottom in a puddle and used a vacuum cleaner to collect all the water from the puddle, creating a vacuum in the tube. During the concrete pouring, an error was made in the formwork construction. It collapsed and the concrete fell to the ground. A powerful cordless blower that dries surfaces in seconds, safe for any finish and easy to handle. The cordless cutter can easily cut through even thick cables. A special press machine manufactures the required part from a cylindrical metal blank using the pressing method. A heat press applies patterns onto plastic buckets, creating durable and precise designs. A plastic pipe was attached to the angle grinder in such a way that when cutting the wall, all the dust is directed to one side and doesn't spread everywhere as it would without this attachment. A job is always better accomplished by a team than all alone. Using a special press and dryer, a person straightens slightly uneven bamboo stakes. Universal faucet extension that can be easily bent and rotated in any direction. Device for supplying water to the saw blade to prevent dust when cutting stone. Roto Shovel is a handheld automatic shovel to plant flowers, vegetables, and small shrubs. Water jet cutting is a type of material processing by cutting where a high-pressure water jet is used as a cutting tool instead of a cutter. First, the worker paints a metal pipe with a roller, then adds a wood-like texture over the fresh paint. A man grabs onto a drone with his hands and it flies with him for a certain amount of time until the man decides to jump off. This video demonstrates slate roof repair. It shows a craftsman removing a damaged tile, replacing it with a new one, and securing it with nails. To securely join two boards at a 90-degree angle with a dovetail joint, a special tool, a jig is used, allowing the boards to be precisely cut and fitted together. This is a homemade wooden stand holding a 20-liter bottle with a rotating mechanism for quickly pouring water. A builder quickly applies concrete mortar to the top row of blocks with a stick. On the road, a bulldozer breaks up the thick layer of frozen snow into pieces, gradually clearing the road. A machine unloads clay in parts onto wheelbarrows, and a man stacks it by hand before the next wheelbarrow is brought. Wooden blocks are drilled with precise holes, creating a neat and natural holder for essential oil bottles. Performing fuel injector tests to ensure each injector is consistent with the others and up to spec. The cork is placed in the red capping device and the bottle is positioned underneath. The mechanism then inserts the cork, sealing the bottle tightly. A person uses the bottom of a cut plastic bottle to pour a drink, filling all the glasses at once. The worker attaches brake pads using rivets. He inserts a rivet into the hole and presses the tool's lever to secure it, creating a strong, permanent connection. With the help of an excavator bucket, sticks are easily pushed into the ground, one after another. With the help of an excavator bucket, freshly poured concrete can be quickly and evenly leveled across the surface. It shows how the device loosens the soil by blowing air underground. The worker uses a motorcycle equipped with a special built-in tank to transport gravel to hard-to-reach places. A man screws a special fastener into the wall. Its head has two small pins that allow him to easily attach a wooden baseboard. The concrete floor was first evenly cut into square sections. Then, the worker easily knocks them out and they fall to the ground. Here, you can see the process of slowly cutting out the image of a shepherdess on a regular stone with a laser. Two excavators hook their buckets onto a third excavator to pull it out of the quarry, and they succeed. You see a construction process of pouring concrete. The mixture flows from a pipe disconnected by a worker onto a metal reinforcement mesh, creating a perfectly smooth surface once poured.